Hello, everyone, and welcome to the fourth installment of the Bryant-Jordan edition of One on One with Dr. Brooks. Thank you so much for joining us here today. I'm here in Chelsea, Alabama at Chelsea High School, and I have the pleasure today of interviewing a young lady that I've had the pleasure of watching compete, and certainly this is an opportunity to learn a little bit more about her story and for you as well to learn more about her. So I'd like to introduce you all to Lexi Redd, a senior at Chelsea High School. Hey, Lexi, how are you?
I'm good, thank
Thank,
you.
thank you so much for joining me today.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here.
So, Lexi, I mentioned the Bryant-Jordan Scholarship, and certainly you were at the award ceremony. First, congratulations on
Thank
that.
you.
But what does that mean to you to be recognized as a Bryant-Jordan Scholarship Award winner?
It means a lot to me because I think throughout my time in high school and even going back to middle school, I've really put an emphasis on the student athlete label. My mom's made a big deal about you can be good at basketball, you can be good at track, but make sure you keep your grades up, make sure you're
Sure.
doing all this, all that. So definitely, over the years, I've tried to maintain the balance of, oh, I want to be good at basketball and track, but at the same time, I want to be making straight A's and
Yeah.
doing everything I need to do so that way if sports don't work out, I can still get into college and still do what I need to do to get an education.
Yeah.
And there's also the service aspect of the Bryant-Jordan Award. And in the high school, I'm involved in a couple of service organizations that I've just had the opportunity to get involved in. And it's been really fun working with people
Yeah.
that have that like-mindedness of wanting to go out and serve and help people. So it means a lot that I was nominated by the school and then recognized
Yeah.
by the area and the region as the overall, but it means a lot.
Yeah. Well, and I love that whole aspect of service. I think it's, what we want to help. I know your school does, but we as a district, we want to develop those who are willing to serve. But also, it's important for in every aspect of it, whether it's athletics or academics. Just that whole idea of being a leader is so critical. So it's your senior year. Been a long journey, I know, for
Oh, yeah.
you. I know as a basketball player and playing track, but what do you think that you'll remember most about school or your formative years of education?
Um, Probably just, like, getting through it.
Okay.
It's it's been a long ride, and when I was a freshman, not signing up for my first AP class, I didn't really know what I was getting myself into, but now as a senior, I've taken a whole bunch more of those and know that I can pass those classes and can do those things, so it's exciting that I'll be taking those kind of classes next year. I've been taking classes that I'm interested in, and hopefully next year I'll take some that will help me figure out what I wanna do with my career, but
Sure.
I'm just excited about that.
Yeah, speaking of next year, have you made any decisions about next year, or is that up in the air?
So it's looking like I'm gonna attend the College of Charleston in the fall.
Ah,
So very pretty. I love the campus and I
it's a
got
cool
into
city.
especially and the school is like right there in the city and so it's very nice and I've gotten into a couple of programs there and so I'm just excited for the opportunities that they're giving me there. So
Yeah. It's actually one of my favorite cities to visit. So my wife and I go a lot. So we'll have to kind of talk about that
okay.
and talk about some things that I enjoy about Charleston as well. But that's really cool. Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
that. Um, so thinking about that, of course, school and the decisions that you've made moving forward, what kind of advice would you offer to like an underclassman?
So first I probably tell them get involved in school. There's something here for everybody, whether it's a sport or a club or service organization. Just find what you're good at, find what you like to do, find people that you like to do it with. Um, Next, I'd say don't be afraid to take hard classes.
Yeah,
Like, I feel like as freshmen, we're all kind of intimidated by high school. And sometimes we kind of veer away from taking the harder classes. But I say you've got a whole classroom full of people who also don't know what they're
yeah,
doing.
for
And
sure.
so you got to just navigate those waters when, like, sometimes it can get rough, but you can only go through it.
Yeah,
And then just work hard.
yeah,
You got to work hard to be where you want to be. Like, I didn't. I didn't get here just like floating by in classes. I'm doing the extra work, asking questions, doing the homework, doing the extra credit. So you just gotta work hard if you want to succeed and go where you want to go in college.
Yeah. Well, and I love that because I feel like, you know, we have an opportunity through hard work, through, our efforts to take the right classes to really do whatever we want, and I hope that your words and the things that you've shared, become an inspiration for some of the kids that watch this because everything you've said is just so true. So, um, with that said, who would you say, and I know you've got a lot of coaches, you've got a great family, who would you say or what would you say inspires you?
Um, so I have a twin brother. His name is
Okay.
Alex or Alexander, but we're very competitive. Because we're always like in the same grade. We're always in the same classes, and so I feel like, and he also does basketball and track.
Okay.
So I feel like through the years we've definitely had a lot of competition, and we both strive to be better than the other, which doesn't sound that great, but trust me, like it's really helped me and him become better versions of ourselves because we're always trying to not necessarily outdo the other, but
Sure.
do enough so like, oh, Lexi did this, well, oh, I'm gonna go out and do this, or Alex did this, I'm gonna go out and do this. So we've definitely had a spirit of competitiveness that has helped us become better versions of ourselves, more well-rounded as we've grown up over the years. And we're going to different colleges next year,
Okay.
and so I don't, that transition is gonna be crazy, but
Yeah.
I think our competition has been inspiring to me throughout the years.
I see. That's pretty neat. I watched you. We mentioned earlier off camera. We talked about your ACL injury. I actually remember the day that you got hurt in a game. I know that was a challenge. So, um, talk about that and the adversity of that, and battling back and getting to actually compete now.
Yeah, so in the Elite Eight of the 2022 regional final, I tore my ACL with like 4 minutes to go. We were up five, and we ended up losing that game by one in overtime. And that was rough. That's all I can
Yeah,
say. It was rough.
it was for sure.
So I had the surgery. I went to PT every day. Didn't necessarily go great. Like my knee wouldn't bend, all that. So we had to have another procedure, surgery type thing to get that knee going again. And about 11 months, 12 months later, here I am. I got to play my senior night for basketball on
Yeah.
this court, and it was very special. All my friends, family were here, and I got to finish out the season. We ended up losing in the Sweet 16 this year, but I was glad to get back to JSU
Yeah.
where I tore it. So it was good. It was like coming full
Full
circle. It was
circle.
nice. And then I'm running track now, and so I've had a good time running my races and just you know getting back to the swing of things. I'm feeling more confident in that it's not going to go anywhere, that it's going to stay stable, and so
Yeah.
I've had a good time with all that, but definitely it was a challenge to come back from that. There were times I didn't know if I was going to come back from it because I would read all these things like, oh, this percent of athletes, they don't even return, they don't return. But I just kept working, and then the things just clicked, and one day I was good.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm very thankful for that because, again, it's been such a pleasure watching you compete. And I know your parents are proud. And certainly, I know the school is proud of what you've accomplished, not only as an athlete, but as a student as well. So, um, I got a few more questions, but they're like rapid fire.
Okay.
Okay. So, they're some of them kind of, funny, but they're, just quick questions. First one is LeBron or Candace Parker?
Candace Parker.
Okay.
Candace Parker.
She's a really
She's a
good
beast.
she is that for
Hmm.
sure. Um, PB&J or turkey sandwich?
PB&J.
Oh.
I love sweets. That's my thing.
Okay. All right. So, um, final question. Best game or best school memory? What would that be?
Um, My best memory is the night we played Oak Mountain in the, area tournament. We played them here. It was my first game back from tearing my ACL, and we beat them, and then right after, the varsity boys played the Oak Mountain and beat them for the first time in I don't know how long, but it was crazy. The stands were packed. It was ridiculous. That's my favorite memory
Yeah.
here this year, and probably one of my favorites throughout my high school.
Yeah. Another night that I remember because I'm
Mhm.
always certainly out at games and again enjoyed watching you compete and I wish you much success in the future for you for Alex um, and of course if there's anything that I can ever do to help you please reach out to me and let me know
Oh, well, thank you.
and thank you again for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So everyone, thank you so much for being here today. And again, another outstanding student for our school district. We're excited to see what happens with Lexi as she moves forward in her life and her school career. I feel very confident that there's so many wonderful things to come for her. She has a spirit of hard work, a spirit of perseverance, and she is looking forward to what will happen to her and I think again great things are ahead for her. So thank you again for joining us on one-on-one. Thank you for joining us here at Chelsea and I look forward to seeing you again on the next episode. Take care.